Namaskar and welcome to the episode of our Compliance Week podcast for the series 2025-26. I'm your host Nitesh Ranjan. Today we are pleased to have with us Shri Nitesh Ranjan, Executive Director, who leads some of the bank's most critical portfolios, including HR, information technology, digitization, business and marketing. His work sits at the intersection of innovation, growth and customer engagement. Sir, on behalf of compliance team and all the viewers who are watching us today, I welcome you to the podcast of 2025-26 Compliance Week.
Thank you, Hitesh. It's my pleasure to be on this podcast.
Sir, with your role shaping the bank's future direction, we are keen to understand how strategy, technology, and compliance come together in building a modern and responsible bank.
Compliance is very important for any kind of organization and more particularly for the banking and financial organizations. Banks are very different compared to other organizations, more because of we deal with the public money. And this public money is very, very diversified set of people who don't have a bargaining power and voice. And we are the custodians of their trust actually. And therefore, it's very important that we follow the compliance guidelines of various regulators. I think if you look at the complexity of the banking today, one is that we are facing the multiple regulators. It's not only the Reserve Bank of India, but we also have to follow the guidelines of different regulators like SEBI, IRDAI, PFRDA, NPCI, and so on. And therefore, it becomes very complex. And we also have the foreign operations. Therefore,
Absolutely.
we have also to follow the guidelines and regulations of those host country branches and the subsidiaries. So that becomes very important. And also that in terms of the compliance, if you look at, it becomes important because as I said, public has trust in us. And we are not an organization for today, we are organizations for future.
Absolutely.
And therefore, our core objective is to have stability in our growth and sustainability in our profitability. And that is only possible when we completely follow the compliance standards of various regulators.
Very nice, sir. Bank of the future. And from the future, I want to take us into a task that you champion for the bank, which is really the transformation. When you look at the transformation and the future that the bank is looking at, we're seeing that the customers expect speed, accuracy. With all of that, where does compliance fit in, sir?
Yeah, first of all, as you rightly said, customer expectations has changed very, very significantly in today's world, particularly if you look at last 5-6 years.
Right.
It has something to do with what banks and fintechs are doing and more to do with how India is transforming.
Absolutely.
I think the aspiration of the people in our country is going beyond a level, and therefore the customer expectations from the service providers like banks has increased significantly.
Right.
And that can be met only with the leveraging of the technology.
Right.
Because today we have one very good thing in our country is the digital public infrastructure, DPI,
Right.
by leveraging of which we can provide secure, fast and transparent service to our customers, which they are looking for today. And Union Bank of India today is leveraging many such technologies with the partnership with the fintechs and the big techs to provide a convenience to our customers.
Fantastic. So one transformational pillar is, of course, technology, and it plays such a crucial role. The other pillar is the culture, and you need culture and technology to work together to transform the organization. Now, we're looking at compliance, but also culture at the same time. How do you think all three play together for us to get to the point where we want to as bank?
Yeah, so definitely technology helps us in ensuring that we are able to adhere to the compliance standards. But culture is at the core of everything.
Correct.
You might have technology, you might have products, but if culture is not there, it's very difficult to adhere to the compliance standards.
Very well said, sir.
But I'd also say culture is something which we live day and night. If in our individual life, in our family life, we have a culture. From the childhood, we have been groomed with a value system. We hear that yes, we have to respect our elders, we have to love our younger ones. We have to be honest in our dealing, we have to be truthful. This is a culture in our personal life.
True.
In similar way, in the organization, the culture sets in from the day one, and every time there is a talk and there is a philosophy of honesty, integrity, ethics. Right now, today, this week, we are celebrating the Compliance and Ethics Week in Union Bank of India starting 1st of January. So this is only a reiteration. So
Right.
culture is not something that you can talk. It's not a product and service that you can sell.
Correct.
It is your corporate's life is culture.
Correct.
And I think Union Bank has been following this at a very highest level.
Okay. Sir, so while culture plays a very important role, we've seen that across the branches, when people are driving business, there are pressures of compliance, of course, because you have to be compliant while you're dealing with the customers, and there is pressure of targets. How do we, what sort of recommendation would you have for people so that they remain aligned to compliance while they're trying to achieve their targets?
See, one is that we are also a commercial organization.
Absolutely.
Therefore, we have to chase growth and profitability
Right.
with the objective of having a stability in the growth as well as the sustainability of the profitability.
Right.
Second is about the India opportunity. You look at last 10, 12 years, more than 550 accounts have been opened under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana.
Right.
This is unimaginable from the global standards.
From the volume itself.
We have done this,
Right.
and without any breach of compliance.
Right.
So I think pressure on the business will always be there, but in the organization, we have the set standards, a structure which balances all these things. So for example, you have the monitoring teams in the bank, you have the assurance functions in the bank, which continuously monitor the speed, accuracy, and they'll come and they'll alert that this is, we are going at a very high speed.
Right.
They'll not say that you stop the speed. They'll say that yes, these are the additional things that you need to build to ensure that you do not, commit any mistakes, you do not meet any accident.
Right.
So that is a very well structured thing. That's why bank has been such a strong position today.
Fantastic, sir. Sir, you had technology as well, and we spoke briefly about it. Now, there is so much of automation happening. Every other day, there are new processes coming up. There is a talk of AI, and there is a lot of AI penetration within the system, also within the bank, and it's now stepping in. How do you see all of this strengthening the entire compliance function?
See, before compliance function, I'll say that AI today is a reality.
Right.
We cannot escape from it, and that's why bank today is having many AI solutions, working with the various partners.
Right.
We are also investing in developing our own Gen AI platform with the world-renowned partner and using some use cases for that.
Right.
But I'll say that AI is going not only to increase the productivity of the employees, but it is also going to ensure that the compliance standards are at the highest level.
Right.
Because, AI is something which thinks like a human being,
Right.
and brings with the productivity thing. So I think AI is only going to enhance the adherence to the compliance in the bank because it can alert you in a more timely manner than the human beings can do.
Right.
So that way it is going to be a good positive factor for the bank.
Fantastic, sir. Positive factor it is, sir. And, we have recently seen a transformation in our marketing function as well. The marketing and branding of the organization is looking really good. Congratulations to you for that, sir. But just touching on that, how do we ensure that what we are promising to the customer through our marketing and branding, we also deliver and stay compliant to that?
Yeah, as I said, we are also a commercial organization.
Right.
So I am really very grateful to our team in the branding team and corporate communication team,
Right.
who have really taken our branding and marketing to the next level.
Next level, yes.
I'm also getting very good feedback from outside.
Yes.
But when it comes to the customers, simplicity is the core.
Right.
Customer wants to understand everything in a very simple terms
Right.
and very transparent dealing and truthfulness.
Right.
And any product, any service that we do, we ensure that the communication to the customer is in very simple language. We are truthful. Whatever we are offering, we should be very, very honest about that. And no hidden terms and conditions.
Right.
That is the overall philosophy in Union Bank of India. Whenever we design any product, whenever our people in the market are selling this to the customer, we follow this philosophy. And that is why we have today so much of trust of the customers.
Good people to bank with.
Yeah. Truly.
Truly, absolutely, sir. So fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. We've had a very good conversation. Any message that you'd like to leave for our employees before we conclude our podcast?
Yeah, surely. Since this is a kind of compliance and ethics week that Union Bank of India is celebrating, and we are reiterating the importance of compliance and ethics. We also have the ethics policy in the bank, and we have developed e-learning modules also for the employees to understand what is ethics. But more importantly, as I said, compliance and ethics is not something to be taught. Yes. It is to be lived. And I'm very happy that all our employees are very cognizant of this fact that compliance and ethics is at the core of banking, and all of them are following it to a T. So my best wishes to our employees, our unionites, that we, with following of the compliance and ethics standards, will take our bank to the next level.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. We'll live these values and the guidelines you've given us. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks again.